from big steps to fine adjustments. A psychological, sociological, and philosophical perspective on progress and goal-setting introduction movement provides an insightful analogy for understanding how individuals and societies progress. When a person stands up and walks toward a destination, they initially take broad, gross steps. However, as they approach their target, they begin making fine motor adjustments to position themselves exactly where they want to be. This pattern is not limited to physical movement. It also applies to learning, social change, self-realization, and goal setting. By understanding the interplay between broad movements, general direction, and fine-tuned adjustments, specific refinements, we can better approach skill development, societal progress, personal growth, and effective goal setting. 1. Psychological perspective. Learning and skill development, acquiring a new skill. Individuals often start with general, imprecise attempts. A student learning a new language, for example, may begin with simple vocabulary and grammatical errors akin to taking large, rough steps. Over time, they refine their speech, choosing words more precisely and improving fluency, much like making small motor adjustments when nearing a target. Similarly, in emotional and cognitive development, people first adopt broad strategies for dealing with challenges, for example, avoiding conflict or using simple problem-solving techniques. With experience, they refine these strategies, learning to regulate emotions, think critically, and make nuanced decisions. Application to goal setting. Gross. Goal: I want to become fluent in Spanish. Fine-tuned adjustments: I will practice for 30 minutes daily. Have conversations with native speakers once a week, and take a proficiency test in 6 months. 2. Sociological perspective. Social change and reform societal progress often follows. A similar pattern, beginning with broad, sweeping changes before refining the details. Movements for civil rights, gender equality, or environmental protection typically start with large-scale protests, legal reforms, and policy changes. Gross steps. However, for these changes to be meaningful and effective, societies must make fine adjustments in laws, cultural attitudes, and institutional practices. For example, the push for sustainability does not stop at banning plastic bags. It requires fine adjustments in production, consumer habits, and governmental regulations to ensure long-term environmental protection. Application to goal. Setting gross goal. Fine-tuned adjustments. I will reduce plastic use by switching to reusable products, educate my community through workshops, and support policies that promote clean energy. 3. Philosophical perspective. Self-realization and personal growth. In existential and philosophical thought, the journey toward self-realization often starts with grand external changes, such as moving to a new city, changing careers, or adopting a new belief system. However, true fulfillment often comes from internal fine-tuning, such as refining personal values, improving relationships, or developing mindfulness. Many people mistakenly believe that happiness or meaning comes from one big decision, but in reality, it is shaped by small, intentional adjustments over time. Application to goal setting. Gross goal: I want to live a more meaningful life. Fine-tuned adjustments: I will reflect on my values weekly, engage in acts of kindness, and limit distractions to focus on what truly matters. 4. The role of goal setting in bridging gross and fine adjustments. Effective goal setting mirrors this process, starting with broad objectives and gradually refining them into detailed, actionable steps. Many people fail to reach their goals because they stop at the gross level, never breaking their vision into fine-tuned, measurable actions. Steps to effective goal setting. Set a broad goal. Identify the general direction or ambition. Break it down to find specific milestones and deadlines. Make adjustments as progress is made. Refine strategies based on feedback and results. Stay flexible. Be willing to modify fine details as needed while keeping the overall goal in mind. Conclusion: whether in individual learning, societal progress, personal growth, or goal setting, the transition from broad steps to fine adjustments is essential. Just as we move toward a destination with large steps before refining our final position, success in any endeavor requires both a clear direction and the ability to fine-tune our approach along the way. By applying this principle to our personal and professional goals, we can move forward effectively, ensuring that we not only get close to where we want to be, but that we arrive exactly where we need to be.